So as many of you guys know, there are so many people in metal that really, really piss me off. But here I am, defending us anyway.
Hey, what is up YouTube? Jack here, and today I'm going to be talking about music fans. More specifically, metal fans.
Ha ha ha. Get it, guys? Cause it's a metal fan. Do you get it? Do you get it now? Please kill me.
I have come to the conclusion that heavy metal has some of the worst fans. I myself am a heavy metal fan.
Dude, you literally have a Papa Roach logo caressing your neck right now, bro. The reasons you're having issues with actual metal fans is because you haven't delved that far into it. I enjoy playing Magic the Gathering, but I know better than to go enter a pro tournament because I play casually. I barely know what my deck does, and putting me next to somebody who is obsessed with the game is going to make me look like a moron. Especially if I come to the table acting like I know the ins and outs of everything. Actually, no, this would be more like me going to a Magic tournament and bringing a deck of Pokemon cards. It's all card games, man. It's all the same shit. Fuck you, no it's not.
And just so you can see how my taste in music exactly is, I will list every single heavy metal band that is considered metal. It might not be considered by you, but it is considered metal that I listen to, just so there is no confusion. Atreyu, Avenged Sevenfold, Blinded Colony, Bullet for My Valentine, Disharmonia Mundi, Disturbed, Dream Theater, Drowning Pool, Slipknot, Solution 45, System of a Down, Testament, and Trivium. I also don't just listen to metal, I listen to pop punk, I listen to Christian rock, I listen to hard rock, I listen to a lot of things.
Look, man, there's a massive difference between nu metal and actual underground metal. Nu metal is pretty socially acceptable. It's not out of the norms to hear any of the bands that you listen to on mainstream radio, which is programmed to be applicable to the masses. For the rest of us who don't fit in the mold, the chances of you playing Archcoat at the local bar, the one that isn't the metal venue, and not instantly getting shot a bunch of crazy looks and instantly becoming the social pariah are extremely, extremely thin, which is why you're not at all a metalhead. You're a rock fan, and that's fine. Also, Christian rock is awful, and so is pop punk. Just my opinion, but it's definitely the correct one.
Now, I'm sure after hearing that list, a bunch of people would judge me right off the bat, and that is part of the problem.
Yeah, because you're claiming a title that makes weirdos like me excited to have something in common, when especially if you live in a smaller town, it's very rare to find other metalheads. Then when you start listing off bands that every 12-year-old kid would come at you like, oh my god, it's so hardcore, bro, then yeah, typically you're gonna lose respect. Instead of coming at us like, I'm one of you, love me, come love me. The better way to go about this is to talk to somebody more knowledgeable than you in underground music. Expand your minds to bands that you haven't heard of, and that not many people have heard of. And then do this until you're a completely undateable black metal fuckbag with questionable morals and no sense of being able to interact with other human beings. To fall before your worship!
Here's the thing about me though. I don't like a band because it's part of a certain genre of music. I like a band because I like the band. That's it.
Good for you. Do you want a fucking cookie? Seriously, I just made some. They're so good.
I like Metallica, I like Megadeth, I like Anthrax, I like Slayer. That doesn't mean I like every single thrash metal band.
No, only the most popular and famous ones. Come on, guy.
It's really sad to think that heavy metal fans will actually hate each other because the other person doesn't like heavy enough metal, if that makes any sense.
Well, there are definitely moments in the metal community that have some screeching moments of stupidity. Typically, metalheads have this unspoken bond between each other, which is something that I'll probably make an entire video about, so I'm not going to get into it much here. Those of you that are metalheads that are watching about this already know about what I'm talking about. The only reason you're getting that attitude is because you're trying to be something that you're not. And like I said, you can fix this. If you enjoy metal, if you want to be a part of the community, then start by expanding the bands that you listen to. Go to local shows. Delve into heavier bands than you were initially comfortable with. Learn about what actual metal is and the history of it and everything that goes with it. But if not, stop getting us excited that we met somebody that shares our passion when you actually listen to Skillet. It's not that we hate you because you listen to shitty music. Well, That's not fair, some of us do. We hate you because you aren't a metalhead and you're claiming it.
A good example would be the elitist metalheads will not touch metalcore or girl metal.
Yeah, because metalcore is made by a bunch of 15-year-old Justin Bieber lookalikes that just learned how to play their instruments, dude. Metalcore takes everything that's good about actual metal and just completely waters it down to the point where it's a bunch of whiny emo kids writing breakdowns about how much their ex hurt their feelings. Metal is supposed to be the hate-fueled music of Satan. Make metal primal again. Also, hold up. What the fuck is girl metal? I think this dude is about to say something dumb.
And it is kind of true that most, and I do say most, not all, girls that listen to metal do tend to listen to metalcore.
And there it is. Fuck this guy. My CD collection can probably kick your ass. My houseplant is more metal than you.
I think if a girl listens to metal in general, that's really awesome. I love bands like Avenged Sevenfold, like Atreyu, like Bullet for My Valentine, but they are hated by others.
Oh my god, I like all the flowers and all the makeup and like their cute outfits, and I love the music that they make. It's about like loving your girlfriend and stuff because it's just so cute. Ew. Why the fuck are you listening to Secrets She Kept? Don't they like worship the devil or something? Listen to Bullet for My Valentine.
All those bands have a target audience that may or may not apply to you, and they're all pretty successful, so they're doing something right.
Yeah, because you know, the only thing that matters in art is how lucrative it is. That really highlights how much you actually appreciate art and music itself. That clearly isn't just pandering bullshit. Listen here, you little shit. Jaco Pastorius is God, and how dare you insult his sacred name by claiming something so fucking stupid.
It's like the heavier metal you listen to, the more pretentious you're allowed to be, I guess. It's such bullshit, but it's so true. Well, I don't think it's true, but a lot of people do think it's true, and it's just annoying.
Typically, the people that listen to the heaviest and the darkest of metal have spent hours, no, years, researching it and studying and learning this style of music, listening to countless albums and obsessing on this sacred thing to them that is everything in their life. Then there's people like you that's like, I like Trivium, we're the same. And when they correct you, you get offended. It's like playing chess with a pigeon. You can be an expert at the game, but the pigeon is just gonna knock the pieces over, shit on the board, and then strut around like it's victorious.
People who listen to like black metal or death metal will definitely let you know that their music is a lot better than yours, even though you're both listening to metal.
We've been over this. You're not listening to metal, you're listening to mainstream radio rock, and then trying to act like you deserve respect for it. Like, wow, dude, you listen to the most easily accessible music of all time, dude. Good job. You fucking did it. Why should that automatically earn you respect? Especially around others who have literally dedicated their lives to music. Get out!
Here's the thing that I'm assuming what is going through these elitist metalheads' heads. So they want everybody to know about the band, but they don't want anybody to like the band because they're not good enough to listen to the band or something like that.
I literally spend most of my life on Twitch sharing underground music with anybody I can. Not sure where you're getting that idea, but most metalheads I know are fucking thrilled to be able to talk to somebody that can actually hold a conversation about metal. Dude, I do it literally every night because I enjoy it. It's my favorite thing ever. I'm in multiple groups on social media that the whole purpose of the group is to share albums that they found and share patches for cuts and everything else that's like part of metal and being part of the metal community and being able to share your experience. If you're part of the fold or even interested in being a part of the real metal community, most people welcome you with open arms and are thrilled to show you any album or anything else that they've been listening to lately. And most people are dying to talk to other people that share their passion because there are so few people that are actually elbow deep into this. At the end of the day, it's all about attitude and how you approach people. You wouldn't bring a kid's finger painting to someone who is an expert of classical art. Why are you doing this to people who are experts in all things heavy?
Slipknot's newest album, The Great Chapter, got in top 10 albums on iTunes for quite some time. I'm sure that there were people like, oh, Slipknot top 10? What a bunch of posers. What a band.
Because Slipknot isn't a metal band. They're a rock band, which is what new metal is. Again, you're bringing up examples of the extremely accessible mainstream.
Avenged Sevenfold released a single, and it was a cover of Pantera's song Walk. Pantera fans were not happy with this, according to a lot of the reviews that the single got. I saw this one, it was like, How can an awful band like Avenged Sevenfold cover this masterpiece of a song, Walk, by the most amazing metal band ever, Pantera?
I'm actually gonna stop you right there and actually agree with you. Pantera fans are the fucking worst. It's always that one asshole in the Pantera shirt that's in the pit that punches a bystander because they were in the moment. That's also a pretty well-known thing. If you see some asshole in a Pantera shirt, chances are he's gonna get too drunk at the show and go home and beat his girlfriend. Alright, maybe not every time. And maybe I'm just bitching about rednecks here because I live in the South, but, you know, fans ruin everything, right?
Don't get me wrong, I am a fan of Pantera.
Oh, right. Fuck.
New music created by metal bands will never, ever be good enough. Why, you ask? Because apparently everything that could ever be good about a band is their original work.
I think a lot of the issue that you're trying to bring up is true to an extent. However, a lot of new bands come out of the gate extremely passionate and literally put everything that there is to put in their debut album. They tend to spend more time and tend to be way more meticulous about their first release. While of course this isn't true for every band, it tends to be true for a lot of metal bands. There is definitely more aggression in the first releases compared to the next ones. You know, again, this isn't always. While some bands experiment and explore new sounds and new things later on, a lot of bands put their all into a first release, which is why people get more excited about the old releases, because you can tell as a listener or a fan of that band, you can tell when the fire died for them and when it turns into just a money-making thing, just to shit out another album.
Metallica fans will say that the only good albums by Metallica are previous to the Black Album. I thought those albums were pretty good, but I also thought all the other albums were good as well. What happened to those? I really enjoyed everything after the Black Album, as well as everything before it, as well as the Black Album itself.
When the main writer of the music of your band literally gets crushed by a bus, the music is obviously going to change drastically. The Cliff era Metallica was a completely different band at that point. And although most of the same members are still in Metallica, it doesn't compare at all when the composer of the music isn't composing their music anymore.
Most people would say they're selling out. I'm saying that they're just moving on. You can't do the same thing over and over and over again, it's just boring.
Yeah, right. Have you listened to Iron Maiden?
The same people that complain about bands evolving in a different sound will also complain to bands that don't evolve their sound. So what do you want? Do you want a change in sound, or do you not want a change in sound? Make up your mind. Pick one, my god.
Death is the only answer to the question. No, but really, Death was like the only band that I can think of that every single album sounded wildly different from the last one, but every album was a masterpiece in its own way. From Scream Bloody Gore to Sound of Perseverance, they are the perfect band.
One thing that would solve the problem between all these different categories of metal is to just stop categorizing it. Just accept metal for what it is. Metal. And get over that there are different styles that you may not like.
Dude, no, because you can't put Manowar and Death Vomit in the same egg basket. What solves all of this is you becoming more educated about what you claim to be and stop telling the real heads what to do. Yeah, suck it.
Jesus Christ.
Suck it.